So these last couple weeks, as a Dallas Mavericks fan, we know they've been rough. They've been bad. 25-year-old Luka Doncic traded away. He had his debut last night with the Lakers, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, Luka traded away. We bring in Anthony Davis. So the last 2 weeks have been rough. They've been hard. But I want to talk about in this video the last 48 hours for Mavs fans and just how awful it's been. And this, as bad as these last 2 weeks have been, I think these last 48 hours have been worse. So first off, the Luka debut last night. He looked good. He looked healthy. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 24 minutes. He was a little inefficient, but Luka's going to do that sometimes. And Mavs fans had to sit there and watch. This game was on live television for the world to see. He's smiling. He's having a good time. The Lakers look great. He hits a patent step back three. First points as a Laker. All terrible things for the Mavericks, even though we're obviously rooting for our guy. Just a brutal night for the Mavs. And this is the man I want to talk about right here. As Luka is making his debut, DeMar DeRozan was in the midst of giving the Mavs 42. Yes, you heard me right. In the year 2025, DeMar DeRozan gave the Mavs a 42 ball. And let me tell you something else. Not only did DeMar DeRozan give the Mavs 42, he also hit a game winner. Not only did he hit a game winner, he split 2 defenders and hit a game winner right after Clay had just hit a beautiful 3-point shot, his biggest shot as a Mav. When I tell you, I had both games on. I was watching the Mavs game, and I was also watching my guy Luka make his debut, and it hurt. Don't get me wrong. I'll never get used to Luka in the gold and purple. But Luka hits a step back 3, and then literally what felt like seconds later, DeMar DeRozan knifes through a triple team and hits a game-winning shot at basically at the buzzer to beat the Mavs. 40 points to DeMar DeRozan in 2025 is nuts. Then we had this happen last night. One of the things Mavs fans were most excited about with the Anthony Davis trade was pairing him up with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. Just how good that interior defense was going to be. Daniel Gafford, who's having a tremendous season, by the way, goes down with a knee injury last night. Severity's not known yet, but it didn't look great. Reports are coming out maybe a knee strain. But Gafford is now on the shelf, had to be helped back to the locker room. Hope for a speedy recovery for him. Again, like I said, having a tremendous year so far. Then obviously you have this on Saturday. Anthony Davis gave Mavs fans the most glorious 30 minutes. Those 30 minutes he were on the floor were glorious. Mavs fans had hope. We had joy. We could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Things seemed like they were going to be all right for a split moment. And then came the injury. He goes down, non-contact injury. It looks bad. Then after the game, he says it's a minor injury. He's going to be okay. So I'm relieved. All Mavs fans are relieved. And then reports come out Sunday that he's out indefinitely. Other reports are saying it could be a month or more. I know the All-Star break's coming up, so that eases the blow a little bit. But after one game, a game in which the Mavs beat the 2-seeded Rockets, looked great, Anthony Davis goes down with an injury in the third quarter. It's his first game as a Mav. This is the most horrendous 2-week period I think I can remember for a sports team, especially a team that is as good as the Mavs are. The Mavs are still a good team, but it's been horrific the past couple weeks. This team's got to get healthy. This team can still be a force in the playoffs. I don't know if they'll have enough time to put it all together once everyone gets healthy. This is still a great team. This is still a really good roster. But still, as a Mavs fan, I just don't know if the Mavs fans will get over the Luka trade. Still pulling for the Mavs, though. I wish AD, Gafford, and Lively. The Mavs have had injuries all season. I wish all those guys speedy recoveries. All Mavs fans are hoping to see all those dudes play at the same time because I do think it can be great. But just dark days in Dallas. And you pair all this with the fact that Dallas also has to put up with the Cowboys. Just dark days in Dallas, man.